Hi everyone, my name is David. I'm a life coach. This is part 2 of my question and answer video I do every single Monday. I'm answering people's questions from last Monday. Anything you have to ask me about trauma, about relationships, about narcissists, stuff like that, go down below, ask me. I'll answer it in the next video next Monday, okay? All I ask is that you give us your locations. Please tell us where you're from. I'm going to start right away with the next question from Little Soul in Ireland. Hello. Hi, David. I've been no contact with my biological family since 1980. My biological mother passed away and left everything to me. I was shocked. Her lawyer found me through the embassy. I refused to receive anything from her. Does that mean I'm not healed? Thank you for your time and help. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I think about what you do, okay? Because I'm telling you, here's a rule I live by. This is such an amazing rule. It works out so well. It doesn't matter what you do. Only how you feel about it. So it doesn't matter if you take it or not. But your decision to not take it, how does it feel? I see that we have some doubt, and that's why you're asking me. Lots of self-doubt, and that's from childhood neglect. Okay? Childhood neglect means adult self-doubt. Big question mark. Boom, boom. Okay? It totally doesn't matter what you do. And I don't care what anybody else says. People saying, oh, you should get the money, girl, it's yours. Oh, you should, whatever. Maybe you could donate it. Who cares? Who cares? All that matters is how you feel about it, okay? So if you're okay with it, that's fine. If later you realize you made a mistake, that's fine too. It's fine. It's okay to make mistakes. That's why it doesn't matter what you do, right? You don't judge other people for what they do, so it doesn't matter what you do. There's no wrong or right thing to do. It's only because what's wrong or right for me isn't wrong or right for you or billions of other people. So do whatever you want and then ask yourself, how does it feel? How does it feel about doing that? Go over how would it feel to accept it? How would it feel to give it all away and donate it? How would it feel? The more we know ourselves, the more we know what to do. The less we doubt. Okay? And the more we accept how we feel and what we do and mistakes. So it's okay, whatever you do. It doesn't matter. It's okay if you change your mind. It's okay if you make a huge mistake right now with it. It's all okay. How do you feel? You feel okay? You're fine. Okay? If you realize later it's not what you wish you did, well, then you know what to do next time if that ever happens. Yeah, I think I covered it. Doesn't matter. I mean, you can ask me what I would do, but who cares? Who cares what billions of other people do? It's not ours, it's not our money. What would you do? That? Fine, doesn't matter. You feel okay about it? Great. You don't feel good about it? Figure that out. Process your emotions. Don't stop there. What could help you feel better about it if you have control over it, okay? Thank you very much. Good luck. And Little Soul asked me a follow-up question. Can you please explain on Monday what is a life coach, please, and how you became one? Thank you again. Yeah, life coach, thanks for your question. A coach. Think if you've ever been on a sports team. You have a coach, right? This coach will kind of direct you. A coach will cheer you on, pep talk, get you excited about winning and succeeding in life. I got a video on my website from very prestigious people saying everyone should have a coach. Everyone should have a coach, whether it's for business, personal life, emotional, your marriage. It's somebody on your team rooting for you and is specialized in what you're hiring them for. Okay? So it's vague. Nobody has to be a life coach. I didn't have to go get a certificate to do what I do. Okay? I just did anyways. How I became one, I simply took the course and passed. That's it. I just thought it would somehow maybe help what I'm doing. I wanted to sit here and coach people anyway, so I thought, well, why not go be certified? But that's it. We're not doctors, we're not therapists, and I try to state that and say it all the time that I'm not a doctor or a therapist. But yeah, thanks for asking. I don't know how else to ask that, but I just can't tell you enough how much it helps. And what I specialize in is trauma, and what trauma does to people is makes us recluse and cut people out in our lives. And I specifically help people with relationships, which are the most important thing in our lives. Every human being's lives. We have to relate to people and have relationships with people. The most important thing in human beings' lives, you better at least have somebody you can share your thoughts and feelings with. Oh my gosh. For those of you who don't, I am awfully sorry. Hire one. Hire a coach. At least. You can hire a therapist, stuff like this. Once you start getting into psychologists, psychiatrists, therapists, social workers, they have more rules, right? And some of them have a board to answer to. I don't. I can talk about pretty much anything, you know. Anyways, I hope I answered your question. Thank you for asking. And keep asking more. Teresa from Tennessee. Hello, Teresa. Hi, David. Can you please discuss triggers? Do you mean things that remind you of your ex-narc and make you upset? Or are they just random things that cause panic attacks after separating from a narc? The first one. It's a reminder of past traumas. So think of your memory. Memories are emotions. Memories are emotionally charged experiences. Okay? That's what our memory does. Our memory just remembers incidences and experiences that are emotionally charged. The ones that aren't emotionally charged, we don't care and we don't remember. Right? You don't remember what you've eaten for lunch over the past couple weeks very well. Maybe not at all. 2 weeks ago, not at all. I have no clue, David. I don't know what I did on what day, really. And you guys can pick out single days in your childhood that are deep in here, and you can just recall them easily. And you remember what you were wearing. You remember what the weather was like. You remember exactly where you were. You remember what the people in your dreams. You remember who they were. You remember, or your dreams, your memories, and you remember what they were doing. All of this. You remember exactly how it felt. Still, you can recall these feelings. Okay, the good ones are great, aren't they? We can recall a good day in our past. Recall it, feel it again, and go, oh man, that was so fun. I miss that. You know, I want to do that again. But then the bad ones we recall and we feel them again. This means we need to heal from this, okay? Our experiences don't have to be emotionally negative anymore. We can talk about them until we understand them and they don't feel bad anymore. And then we're not triggered, okay? Triggers are stuff that reminds us of bad traumatic experiences in our past. And it throws us back in there, and then we feel it again. Once we heal from that and we don't feel that anymore when we talk about it, we don't get triggered anymore. So memory is really peculiar. Memories, our brains will attach day-to-day things to our past memories. It's really crazy. I always use the example of a green car. Say you had a traumatic experience one day in your life, and for some reason your brain attached green cars to that. And so until you heal from that, every time you see a green car, it makes the emotion surface again. Okay? But once you feel better about that incident, and there are no more emotions tied to it, then you don't have triggers anymore. And you may even start forgetting the experience. That's happened to me. Really, really traumatic experiences over many, many years I've experienced, and they would always make me upset. And then, but once I process these emotions with somebody else and really healed from them, they don't hurt at all anymore, and it's actually becoming harder to even recall when I want to. Really cool stuff. Cool. Thanks for asking, Teresa. Hope I answered your question. Please let me know. Thanks. Bob from Boston, Mass. Hello, Bob. My narc, this always sounds like a little pet we had, my narc. My narc had a new supply for 5 months before I left her. She already had a new supply and was highly devaluing me. My question is, when I walked away and declined her Hoovers, what, if any, effect did this have on her? I mean, what did she do with all the negative energy she was giving me? Would this have an immediate impact on her relationship with her new supply? Yeah, I think it could. Because what you're telling her is that you knew her better than anybody else in this world, right? And you can't stand her. You don't like her. You don't need her. Don't want her. Don't care. I don't know how you really felt, Bob. I'm sure that's not how you really felt. I'm sure there was a lot of bad, negative, emotional, traumatic feelings associated with this relationship and leaving her, and even afterwards for some time. I'm just guessing. But that's what it shows. That's what it shows. And these people have massive, massive low self-esteem, okay? And they have all kinds of fears of rejection, abandonment, all kinds of stuff. And you're triggering her fears, some of her core vulnerabilities. You're opening them up. She feels vulnerable. She's going to have all kinds of more emotions now, more anxiety, more depression. This causes depression for her. And she's going to be upset and lost and hopeless and helpless, all these other emotions. And it makes her more impulsive, makes the relationship even worse, which is already bad. I hope that helps. You know, she has a lot of shame, I'm guessing. A lot of shame, feels like she's a bad person. And even when they know that, you know, even if they don't empathize or feel bad for you about what their behaviors have done, they'll still can feel guilty and ashamed of their behaviors. They know that in society it's wrong, and that might be confusing, okay? But everybody cares about society, everyone, even psychopaths. I watch it all the time. I watch so many murder shows, and First 48, by the way, is a great show. I watched that for years. You'll watch psychopaths, and they are psychopaths. It's after they've committed enough murders, and the way they react, you can tell they're psychopaths. And they don't care. They don't care about the victims at all. They don't care about their families suffering. What they care about, what gets them, when the police officer says, you don't want to be an animal, do you? You don't want everyone to think of you as such a sick, predatory animal that can't understand you. And they hate it. They start telling the truth and stuff. You know, I didn't mean to do it that wrong. I was drunk. I don't know. You know, and as long as I'm not this horrible, bad monster, they do care about that. And so do narcissists, big time. They care about judgment, because to them that is everything. Ego. What does other people think, and how do I look? This person, I can tell, cares about what they look like. So even though they don't care that you hurt, they may not have any empathy and care, and so that they hurt you, that they're scum. They care, and they may not care that they're such a scumbag as much as they care about everyone finding out. I hope that makes sense. I hope I answered your question. If not, just keep asking me, Bob. Thank you. Where are we at? Jen. Jen didn't leave her location, I don't think, but I know where you're at. I'll say Western United States. Hi, Jen. I didn't understand what happened to me again at the hand of a man, and all I wanted to do was die to avoid the pain. That was over a year ago. You helped me to understand. I worked really hard to save my life. I'm still struggling, but you are right. Understanding helps to make the pain go away. Thank you for helping me. Oh, thank you for telling me, Jen. Thank you very much. And it's nice. I love when people say things like this to encourage others to get help and to do the right things for themselves. And to tell you guys that you will get better. I promise. This thing is telling you you won't. This thing doesn't know anything about this, does it? How many times has this thing done this? How many times has this thing gotten you all better and healed and all safe and healthy now? Yeah, it doesn't know. Mine does. If you can trust my brain, I'm telling you, you're going to get better. Okay? Thank you, Jen, for that. That's very nice. For others, too. Nathan from North Carolina. Hello, Nathan. I am 20 and still in college, so I live with my parents, and my mom is evil. She hates my fiance, even though I've been seeing her for 5 years, and when I got engaged, she wasn't happy. She was like, why would you do that? And anytime I confronted her about not liking my fiance, she would say, I have no clue what you're talking about, or how am I mean to her? But she does small things like stares at her or ignores her and asks her if she is on birth control in front of my whole family, including my little brother. How do I get her to stop if she won't admit to acting wrong? Why do you take her around your mom? You don't have to, right? You're 18 or older. You don't have to be in that house. Your mom's nasty. Your mom's judgmental, and she's gaslights you, manipulates you, and she's judging you, and all she cares about is her control and what she wants, right? It was kind of rhetorical when I asked why you bring her around her. You're bringing her around your mom, and you're hanging out with your mom because you haven't healed from how crappy she's been to you. She's horribly, I'm just guessing, she's horribly neglected you. You may not understand that, but emotional neglect, not physical. She's horribly neglected you. And we have to heal from this. This is why you're still around her. And this is why you don't know how to deal with her. This relationship you have with your mother is not on your terms at all. It's completely on your mother's terms. That needs to change. How do we change people? How do we stop people from manipulating us? We stop giving them what they want. So start getting real used to telling your mom, no, no, no. When she goes, hey, I'm having dinner, so it's at 8, see you then. That's not asking. Go ahead and ask, Mom, and make her ask the right way, like people treat others, right? And then you tell her no. And you don't give her a reason. You don't apologize. No excuses. No. We need to heal from this, Nathan. Okay? Big time. Big time. I think your mom has done a lot of damage here. You said you're only 20 years old, still in college, so I still live with my parents and my mom. Stop. I'm telling you, this thing's more important than college, even if you have to quit college. We don't keep making sacrifices and compromises in our life. Well, I got to go to college, so I'm just going to take the abuse and controlling and neglect. Whatever's more important to you. If a college education is more important than your brain, it's kind of weird, isn't it? If it's more important than your brain and it's more important than the person you're with and that relationship, because this relationship will be absolved. Your mom will destroy it eventually. You stay in that house. If you care about this person and yourself and your future and your mental health, get away from your mom. Do whatever it takes. You're 20 years old, you're young, you can go back to college if you have to. I'm not trying to keep saying stop going to college, but I'm saying it's that extreme. And for anybody out there who gives me a hard time on what Nathan should do, it's none of your business, right? Because I get that all the time. Oh, why? How could you tell Nathan not to go to college? You don't know Nathan. I don't know Nathan. I'm not going to tell Nathan what to do. I'm trying to help him out, right? I get people that say, oh, most important thing is school. That's you, not Nathan. That's Nathan's problem, is he had people telling him what to do too much. Yeah. So more and more space away from your mother. And while you're there, you're going to have to start sticking up for you and her. It doesn't matter what she says. You tell her to stop. Stop asking why. You're saying, hey, stop doing this. She goes, I'm not. Just go, yes, you are. You got to stop it right when it happens. Start telling her it feels like crap. Start telling her you'll leave. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. But we've got to heal from your mom and what she's done to you. And you're not going to do that living with her. Okay? If you want to stay in that house and you want your relationship to work and you want you to have better mental health, this relationship with her has to be completely on your terms. So learn how to do that. Learn how to do that. My opinion is we got to do that after we get away from them for a little while. Situations like this, I try and get my clients to stay away from their family for at least 30 days. Because your mom, think of your mom as a red hot burner on a stove. She's red hot. And you keep touching it, saying, oh, that burns me, that burns me, that burns me. Stop. Get away from it. Okay? You can't control your mom. You can control the relationship if you know how, but we got to feel better. We got to raise our self-worth. So all the things your mom has ever done to you that hurts you and that you don't understand, it needs to be addressed and fixed so you understand it, because that causes shame. That's low self-worth. You may not believe that you're worthy of standing up to her. You may believe you're not worthy of leaving the house. And these are all conditioned responses that we have from mom telling us what to do all the time. Don't do that. Don't feel that way. You stay up here. You stay with your mom. You don't talk to me. I mean, she hasn't helped you with your own autonomy, your own autonomous self. She hasn't helped you communicate because she doesn't communicate well. So now we have poor communication skills. I'm talking emotionally. A lot going on here, Nathan. The good thing is you're super young. You're 20 years old. Your brain's still growing for a few more years. You're just now developing your personality, which is great. I love young clients. God, it's amazing. I just tell them, do this, and they go, sure, David, and they do it, and wow, I'm all better now. I say, oh, great. So you have a very malleable brain still. But you stay in that house, your mom's going to shape you in a piece of clay into exactly what she wants. And it gets worse and worse and worse, Nathan. You guys eventually get married, and then she really pours it on. She'll be nastier. Then you have a child, and she's like, that's my child. It's nasty. It gets horrible. Only worse. I'm sorry. Get out of the house. Try and find someone to talk to. Okay? You need to start feeling better about all the stuff in your past. Thanks. Try and get this out real quick. From Arizona, Phoenix, BG. David, I have a question. All narcissists in my life taking extreme care of themselves. They watch what they are eating, exercise, spending a lot of money, health, appearance. If something hurts, they instantly do the lab work. You confused me with the last part of this video when you said that they can't love themselves, so they don't take care of themselves. Okay, so you're talking about physical things, right? You're talking about how I look. You're talking about my hair, my skin, my nails, my eyes, right? I dress myself well. I brush my teeth. I get my teeth fixed at the dentist. That's great. They may not be completely depressed, because depression really starts affecting those things. But they're worried. That's ego, okay? That's like egotistical. It's like, I care about what I look like. I'm talking about yourself in here. So learn what yourself is exactly. None of this that we've talked about is someone's self. True, authentic self on who they are. I try to break it down in 5 parts. Please watch my video last week, Finding Yourself Again After Narcissistic Abuse. So I broke self down in 5 parts. See if this helps. Your opinion, what you emotionally need, not physically, what you emotionally want in life, how you feel, your emotions and feelings, okay, and what you value, morally value. These are parts of yourself you weren't talking about, the physical self. Oh, that makes sense. Please keep asking me, okay? And that is end of part 2. Thank you, all of you, so much. Please support by liking or disliking. Comment down below. Tell me why. Ask a question. Give us your locations. Just say, hey, here from Great Britain. And yeah, if daviddemars.com if any of you want coaching. We're still taking clients right now. And I'll see you in part 3. Thank you. Love yourself first. Bye.